The Ozempic dream is turning into a nightmare for thousands of Americans. They lost 50 pounds in months, but the moment they stopped the shots, the weight came back with a vengeance. If you think these shots are a permanent fix, you are falling into a biological trap that no one is talking about. Today, I'm revealing exactly why the Ozempic rebound happens and the one mistake that makes it impossible to keep the weight off. To understand why Americans are regaining weight, we have to look at the brain. Ozempic and Wegovy work by mimicking a hormone called GLP-1. It tells your brain, you're full, stop eating. This silences what we now call food noise. For the first time in their lives, people aren't thinking about pizza at 10 p.m. But here's the catch. Your body has a set point. It likes the weight it used to be. When you lose weight rapidly, your body thinks you are starving. The moment you stop the medication, that food noise doesn't just come back. It returns like a screaming siren. Scientists call this hyperhunger. Your brain literally forces you to overeat to save you from the perceived famine. You aren't lacking willpower. You are fighting a biological war against a brain that thinks it's dying. But there's a visible side effect that's terrifying users across America: Ozempic face. When you lose weight this fast, your skin's elasticity can't keep up. The fat that gives your face a youthful, plump look disappears, leaving behind sagging skin and hollow eyes. This isn't just cosmetic, it's a sign of systemic shock. Your body is prioritizing vital organs over your skin and hair. We are seeing a massive surge in hair loss, a condition called telogen effluvium, caused by the stress of rapid calorie restriction. People are getting thin, but they are looking 10 years older in the process. Is a smaller waist worth a prematurely aged face? For many, the answer is becoming a painful no. When you lose 40 pounds of fat and 10 pounds of muscle, your metabolism slows down. But when you stop the shots and regain that 50 pounds, you almost always regain it as 100% fat. You end up with the same weight you started with, but with less muscle and a slower metabolism than before you ever took the first shot. You've effectively made yourself metabolically older. This is why people are finding it impossible to maintain their progress. Beyond the mirror, there is a silent danger to the Ozempic rebound. Doctors call it weight cycling. When you lose 50 pounds and gain it back, your heart undergoes immense stress. Studies show that repeated yo-yo dieting increases the risk of cardiovascular disease more than just staying at a higher weight would. Why? Because the fat that comes back is often visceral fat, the dangerous kind that wraps around your organs like the liver and heart. By stopping these shots without a plan, you aren't just getting big again, you are potentially putting your heart in a danger zone that didn't exist before you started the medication. In America, this isn't just a biological problem, it's a financial one. Ozempic costs over $1,000 a month out of pocket. In 2025 and 2026, we've seen a massive shift. Insurance companies are tightening their belts. They are cutting off coverage for lifestyle weight loss. When a patient suddenly loses coverage, they are forced to quit cold turkey. Stopping these medications abruptly is like slamming on the brakes of a car going 100 miles per hour. Your hormones don't have time to adjust. Without a tapering phase, the rebound is almost guaranteed. We are seeing a wealth gap in health. Those who can afford the shots for life stay thin. Those who can't are left with a broken metabolism and a higher weight than when they started. We also have to talk about the mental health crisis tied to these drugs. For months, users feel invincible. They finally feel in control. But when the weight starts creeping back, the psychological crash is devastating. Shame and guilt return, often leading to binge eating disorders that are worse than before. In the US, we are seeing a rise in post-Ozempic depression.
people feel like they failed the miracle drug, when in reality, the drug's design failed their long-term biology. This cycle of hope and heartbreak is the real trap of the GLP-1 era.
So, is it hopeless? Not at all. But the American way of just taking a pill and hoping for the best isn't working. If you are on these shots or planning to start, you need an exit strategy. First, you must prioritize protein and resistance training. You have to fight to keep your muscle while the fat drops. Second, you cannot just stop. You need to work with a doctor to taper your dose, allowing your brain to slowly adjust to the return of food noise. The goal isn't to be on Ozempic forever. The goal is to use Ozempic as a crutch while you rebuild your broken relationship with food and movement. If you don't change the environment, the needle is just a temporary fix. The Ozempic rebound is a wake-up call. We cannot outsource our health entirely to a syringe. America is regaining the weight because we focused on the result on the scale rather than the health of the human. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that subscribe button. We're tracking the long-term data of these drugs every week to keep you safe.